Hey guys, back with another video. This time I'm doing my first magic lecture of sorts. So those of you who are new to magic, a lot of things are taught through magic lectures, whether in person or online or whatever. Sometimes you can like purchase the video for it or go to it live or purchase a ticket, whatever. And people will like talk about a specific part of magic and basically explain their expertise. I've been to a few of these, not live ones, but over either one like videos I purchased or live in a sense over like a Zoom call or FaceTime or whatever. But I'm going to kind of do this one as a video, and I'm going over the ambitious card, or not ambitious card, key card principle. And it's kind of saying everything I know about it. It's going to be a lot of tutorial type of stuff you can apply, ideas, all that stuff. So let's just get into it. I'm going to be using Chris Ramsey V4 Blacks for this. I don't think you can get these anymore, maybe. They're kind of hard to find, but... So, the premise of a key card is I don't have to, if a spectator picks a card, let's say they pick this one, I don't have to know their card, I just have to know the card next to it. So let's say they put it on the top, and I know the top card, I can find it. Or, if they pick a card, and I know the bottom, I can place that bottom card on their card. So now I'm looking for, I know Queen of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, with the bottom card, I know the card to the side is their card. That's the basic of it. You can work on a ton of different things. We're going to lower camera angle here a little bit. All right, so you can work this into tons of different things. So again, the very basic principles. They pick here. Well, let me back it up a little bit. When you're first doing it, there's two ways you can do it. There's the way I do it or the way you can learn. So starting out learning, I recommend put a card you know at the bottom. Ace of Spades, easy to memorize, or Queen of Hearts or something. Something easy to memorize. You can also shuffle the deck or whatever, have them shuffle, which if you have them shuffle, we'll go into a different way for that. But if you shuffle, just keep that card on the bottom. And the ace is still on the bottom. Just you riffle it first and it'll stay on the bottom. So this side, I riffle first, and it stays on the bottom. So when they pick a card, you can have them put it on top, and they can cut the deck if they want, as long as they do a full cut. From here, they can do multiple cuts if you want. 99% of the time, they're never going to split those two cards that you have. So you can do as many cuts as you want. You just can't quite do shuffles. But we'll get into tricks later where you can do shuffles with a key card. So then I can go through and say, I'm going to think of your card, I'm going to find it. So I'm looking for my key card, so the Ace of Spades. And then the one to the side is their card. And then you can reveal it in different ways. So what was your card? 10 of Hearts. Or another one I'll do is, when I find it, I'll leave it out jogged. So, okay, there's one card sticking out of the deck. What was your card? And they'll say it, and I'm like, okay, take that card out. And they'll take it out, and it's their card. Lots of different ways of revealing. I'm not going to get too much into the reveal. I mean, I'll show some, but that's not quite what this lecture's on. But that's it, the very basic principle of a key card. We're getting into a lot of different ones for that. There's other versions where you can use multiple key cards, or the entire deck's a key card, or stacks, or whatever. We're going to get into a lot of different things. So, there's a trick. I've taught this before on Marcos's channel. I'll leave a link for his down below. I don't know if I've taught it on this channel. I might have. I'll have to look and see. If so, it's one of our early tutorials, but going to, so you have someone pick a card, they memorize it, they can put it on top of the deck. So I got King of Hearts, I'll leave it on the screen somewhere here. They can cut the deck, and they can shuffle the deck. So now what I'm gonna do is I'll spread out all the cards like this, and say, okay, what I want you to do is count to 10, or you can say different, you can say 30, and give me 30 seconds, and I'm going to memorize the entire deck. After you're done counting, I'm going to turn away, and you're going to move your card somewhere and put it somewhere else, but make it look natural so I can't tell by the displacement. So they start and everything, I'm counting, and I'm memorizing the deck. I'm looking back and forth all over the place, trying to memorize the deck. And when when they're done counting, I'll turn around, and they'll move their card. So in this case, it was the King of Hearts. And they'll put it, let's say, here. and then they'll tell me they're done. I'll look back and say, okay. The way I prefer it, okay, your card is not in these, right? It was over here, but you moved it and you put it over here, and also build up suspense or whatever, and they freak out. So this is a super simple trick to do. There is a slight setup, but you can get into it pretty easily. So if you shuffle a deck 9 out of 10 times, there's gonna be 2 mirror cards. Look, right there. 2 black 6s next to each other. We'll see how many more we find of mirror cards that are next to each other. So if we go through, no other ones of the same color, but so we'll do a couple more things and I'll show. Just kind of show what we're looking for, because we're looking for those mirror cards, 2 of the same card, same color. 2 red kings next to each other, so that'd be another one. So you can just go there, and your setup is if you cut those, one to the top, one to the bottom. If for some reason you can't, which it does happen, but it's more of a rare occasion type of thing. So let's say I want the 2 red aces. So I'm okay, there's 1 ace and the other. I'll just set it up like that, and it doesn't even matter. So you have your mirror cards. You have 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Doesn't really matter what they are as long as you know what they are. You'll have them pick any card. Don't memorize it. So in this case, 7 of diamonds. Have them put it face on top. They cut the deck once and complete it, and then shuffle once. Don't let them shuffle more than once. And then when you spread out the cards, unless they did a terrible shuffle, between your 2 cards, there's never going to be more than 4 cards. In this case, there's 3. So I'll take this section out so you can see it. So between the 2 aces, there's 3 other cards. Most servers I'll be 4, so we'll put a 4th one in there just for example. So I find my key cards there, and I know those 4 are in the middle. And when I'm pretending to memorize the deck, I'm only memorizing those 4 cards, or however many. If it's 2 cards, I'm only memorizing 2. However many are there, I'm memorizing those cards only. But again, you got to make it. I can't just look here and not look at the rest of the cards, because that's going to give away the method. You have to look at the entire deck and make it look like you're memorizing the entire thing. And after the time or whatever, when you turn around, they're going to move their 1 card somewhere else. And when I look back, the one that's missing of the ones I've memorized, I have to find that, and I know that's their card. And that's a key card trick. It works really well. Make you look like you have either mind reading powers, or you can memorize things in seconds. Like, oh, I only need 5 seconds, so I'll memorize all 52 cards in their position. You can play it up however you want to play it up. And that's another method of key card. Go to another one here. So this is one I do a lot, and I do enjoy it quite a bit. If a spectator is going to be kind of difficult, I don't know if I do this one. I don't think I'd recommend it, but there is a slight setup, which I'll get into in a minute, but that's true for every key card trick. So while I'm setting this up, certain ones you can apply to other things. So I have one key card trick. It's my go-to fooler for any magician. I have not had someone figure it out yet, but you can apply it to other things, which I'll get into a little bit later. So key cards are a really useful principle, and they tend to be the most fooling tricks for magicians. Most of the time when a magician's fool, it's going to be a key card trick. So what I can have someone do, all right, so I'll shuffle. I'll go through the performance first, and I'll explain it. Give the deck a couple cuts, just get a good mix, you know? All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'll give you the cards, and I'm gonna turn away. And what I want you to do is deal the cards down one at a time, but do it slowly. And in fact, do it so slow, I can't hear how many cards you're dealing, because I don't want to be able to count and figure out how far down your card is. So what we're gonna do is just deal it and stop whenever you feel like it. So I'm gonna turn around, and they're gonna deal cards. And I was like, okay, slower, I can hear you deal them. I heard that one hit the table. Oh, I heard that one. So you want to go so slow I can't hear the cards, so I can't count. And whenever they're ready, they stop. And when they stop, it's okay. Okay, the card that's still left on the deck, look at it and memorize it. In this case, 7 of spades. Okay, and then I instruct them, that whole pile you just dealt, put it on top. So take the whole thing, put it on top. And in this part, I'll turn around. And I tell them, okay, that way I can't find your card, shuffle the deck once. They have to be able to do a good shuffle. Overhand shuffle won't work for this trick, but And I say, okay, I can tell you're not satisfied. Shuffle again. And then I can either go through, or I can have them name cards, and when they name them, I can figure out what their card is. Which I'll go into reveals in a minute, but first, we're going to find your card. So I'm going to go through the deck, I'm going to try to find your card. And in this case, I know what it is because it's off of the video, but I know in this case, it's the 7 of spades. So let's get into how it's done. For this trick, you need all the spades. You can use any suit you want, but you need all of them. I typically go spades because why not? So we're going to go through, we're going to find all the spades. All right. Once you have all the spades, you're going to organize them numerically from lowest on the left to highest on the right. So ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. And then all those cards are going to go on top of the deck. So when I'm telling them to go slow, it's not that I don't want to hear them count, or I don't want to count from hearing them. I don't want them to go past those 13 cards. Because if they go past, they're going to get the other cards, and I don't know what those are. So if they stop on those before those 13, they'll look at the card. If it's a spade, I nailed this. It's a 7 of spades. When they take this pile and put it on top, I know the bottom card's ace of spades because I knew that was the top card. So the ace is on top of the 7. So then they can shuffle twice. So it's once, twice. And then when I'm going through, I'm looking for spades. So I'm looking for the ace of spades. And the spade next to it is their cards, the 7 of spades. There could be a bunch of cards in between. So this could be over here. But I'm only looking at the spades. Look at ace of spades, ace of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 7 of spades. I know whatever spade comes after the ace is their cards. That's their card. I'm not going to go to the 8 because it's 8's after the 7. The 7 is the next one. And then I can reveal this in different ways. I can do, like I said, the out jog and say, oh, that one's your card. The one sticking out. Or I can have them list the cards and I turn around. They say ace of hearts, 9 of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 6 of spades, 5 of spades, king of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 4 of spades, 3 of spades, 7 of clubs, 4 of hearts, 2 of spades, jack of hearts, and go all the way through. And I'm listening, trying to hear ace of spades. After I hear ace of spades, I listen for the next spade. So I say ace of spades, ace of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 7 of spades, 8 of spades, 7 of hearts, 9 of spades. And I know their cards are 7 of spades because that's the spade that came after the ace. And I can reveal it in different ways. Okay. I can tell by your inflection, or let them go through the whole deck if you want, or you said 7 of spades. I can tell different. That was your card. The way you said it was different. Or reveal it however you want, and you can do it that way. So that's another key card principle trick. Kind of a key section of the deck, or key suit, whatever you want to call it. And to get into another one, I don't have the stuff here for it. This would be, you would use it if you have like a glass of water next to you. So they can pick any card. Say they pick that card, and I'd leave it there. That's okay. Put your card right there. They'd memorize it. In this case, it's the 9 of spades. They put it there, and then they cut the deck. And then I could go. They can cut it as many times as they wanted, and I'd be able to go through and find their card as 9 of spades. And the reason this one works is, like I said before, you need a glass of water. You know, a bottle of water might work, but it's a little more obvious. While they can shuffle the deck ahead of time, whatever. While they're picking card or memorizing it, I'm going to take like my finger, pointer, middle ring, doesn't matter, dip it in the water, and when I tap, I just put a little drop of water on there. I'm not doing it right now because I don't have water next to me, but when they put their card here, I say, okay, cut the deck. And I pushed it down. So those two cards are going to be stuck together because of that water moisture. So they're going to be stuck. So when they're doing their cuts and everything, those two cards are going to stay together no matter what. And when I'm searching through, I just find the two cards, you're going to have a light touch, they're stuck together, and you push them apart a little bit. And then that card's going to be there. That's their key card. So you don't even have to know your key card for it to be a key card. I'm making a key card by putting that little bit of water on it so their card sticks to it. And that's another way you can use a key card. I'll go into one more. And yeah, this is a shorter lecture. I thought I was able to fill more time, but in the future I'll do more and hopefully get it like hour long and stuff and get as much information for you guys as possible. But I'm gonna get into another key card one, and this one is my go-to fooler. I did this in the Fool Me Volume 1. I've done this for the Virtual Street Magic. I did this for Daniel Fernandez, all that stuff. And I think in one of the virtual street magics, I did mess it up. I was a card off or something. But yeah, I messed it up. It wasn't the trick messing up. This works 100% of the time. And I'll play a clip of it real quick of when I performed it for Jude in Virtual Street Magic, or not Virtual Street, in Fool Me Volume 1. And then we'll get into the tutorial here. So this is a stack deck with a key card principle collaborated in it. So you can shuffle the deck as much as you want. You'll do the stack ahead of time. You're not going to get into this stack right in front of the spectator. So what you're doing is you're taking a card and a mirroring card. So 2 of clubs, I'll put it in one pile. Now I'm looking for the 2 of spades, so the mirroring card again, and I'll put in another pile. And let's go through the deck doing that. So the ace of spades will go here, so I need the ace of clubs now. So we'll go through, we're looking for the ace of clubs. There. All right, next one, 3 of clubs. We need the mirroring card, 3 of spades. There it is. King of spades, we need the king of clubs. It is a slower process when you get further through the deck. So 5 of diamonds, we need the 5 of hearts. As you get closer to the end, it'll be easier because you have less cards to go through and you're almost done, but you do have to put the time into it and stuff. This isn't really one you can repeat if they do choose to shuffle, but if they just choose to cut the deck, it's an easy reset. We'll get into that in the tutorial in a minute. So 6 of hearts, we need the 6 of diamonds. We're going through looking for the 6 of diamonds. 8 of clubs. We need the 8 of spades. For this stack, you don't have to memorize each card you put down or the order it's in. You just have to mirror it over, and it'll make sense in a minute. But for now, we're just organizing the deck how we need it for the trick. So 7 of clubs. Now we need 7 of spades. 10 of diamonds. We need the 10 of hearts. Queen of spades. We need queen of clubs. 4 of spades. We need 4 of clubs. 3 of hearts. We need a 3 of diamonds. Oh, right there. 7 of diamonds. 7 of hearts. Yeah, we're getting close to the end here. Just got to go through and keep them in the piles. You don't want the piles to like get unorganized. You don't want the cards to switch places or whatever. So do make sure, because with newer cards, they're going to slide around a bit. So make sure the piles are staying piles like this, like stacks, rather than kind of messes. But almost there. 9, 9. Ace, ace, king, king. All right. Once you have this, you have your 2 stacks of mirrored cards. It doesn't matter which, put one on top of the other. It doesn't matter which way you go. And you know the top half of the deck is going to mirror the bottom half. So in the trick, you tell them cut the deck if they want. They can cut it as many times as they want. Again, single cuts have to be like cut and complete. And they can do that as much as they want. But they can't shuffle because it's going to ruin the order. Once they're content, you can use entirely hands off. You can have the cards in your hand. It doesn't matter. So this is the one part I typically have my hands on. So let's say pick a card. I'll tell them pick a card. Wherever they take it. Let's say they take this card here. I'll tell them typically touch a card. That way they don't pull it out. Because if they yank it out right away and I lose the spot, it's not going to work well. Wherever they take the card, I'm going to cut the rest of the cards to the bottom. So they look at this. I'm not going to know what this card is. So 8 of diamonds. We'll leave it there for now. I'll show them. Okay, all the cards are mixed. And so I'm looking for the bottom card. It's King of Diamonds. So now I'm going to look for the mirrored card. It's going to be King of Hearts. And it's going to be the next card over to the right. So King of Hearts, next one's over is 8 of Hearts. So I know their card's 8 of Diamonds because it's going to be the mirrored card because of the order. So this was the original order, but we cut it to the bottom. So it's going to go King, then something else. So if I'm King, whatever is after, I think of the mirror. So the one after the other King is the 8 of Hearts. I need the 8 of Diamonds. 8 of Diamonds is their card. I already know it. I'll give the deck to them. They can put their card in. They can shuffle it. They can cut the deck, whatever they want. If they shuffle, you can't do it again. If they just cut the deck or if they leave it, you can do it again. It's an easy reset. I'll just put the 8 there when I'm done. Right after the King. Keeps the order. They can shuffle it if they want, and then you can't do it again, but it's more convincing on their end. So they shuffle, and you can reveal interface. Okay, what was your card? I know your card was X. This is your card. Or you can go through and just be like, oh, 8 of diamonds, and find the 8 of diamonds. Where'd it go? Oh, we'll see if I can find it. 8 of diamonds there. I know that's your card. And reveal it. Or they're sticking out. There's one card sticking out with your card. 8 of diamonds. That was your card. And they freak out. Because it's a very hands-off trick. They cut the deck. They can shuffle after. They pick the card. They put the card in. The best guess I've gotten was, again, people think it's a force. There's no forces. And that's the key card principle. You can also use this in that Akan trick I have linked below that I was talking about earlier. But this is probably my best trick for fooling other magicians. fooled a bunch of people with it, fooled Robert Hall, again, Daniel Fernandez, all of them. So you can reveal it in different ways. You can, oh, I know this is their card, I can move it to the top or whatever, second, and say, that's not your card, right? What was your card? And do shapeshifter, change it, however you want to reveal it. It works. Or move it actually to the top. So, okay, this was not your card. What was your card? And they say, okay, now it's your card. Or whatever you want. That was just double lift switch. And yeah. I think that's all I got so far for key cards. There's definitely a lot more you can do with this. But yeah, so hope you guys like this lecture. Let me know what you guys think, if you're going to be doing any of these tricks. What other topics you'd like me to talk about. I know this is a bit of a longer video, but I hope you guys stuck around for it. And yeah, see you next time.